Hello, welcome to the revision quiz number 3 on the ruminant abdominal anatomy. Question 1. Name the parts of the goat's forestomach, and the answer would be the reticulum, the rumen, and the omasum. Question 2. Explain the purpose of the rumen contractions in the cow, and the answer would be the purpose of the ruminal contractions is to allow food to mix and also to enable eructation, which is also known as belching. So that is the purpose of the ruminal contractions. But also healthy cows will have 1 or 2 ruminal contractions in a minute, and the contractions will mix the rumen contents, then bring the microbes in contact with new feed stuff, and also they will reduce the flotation of solids, and then they move the materials out of the rumen in what is known as either regurgitation, or the food goes to the reticulum before it enters into the omasum. So that is the purpose of the ruminal contractions in the cow. Question 3. Which sacs of the rumen in the cow do the right and left longitudinal grooves separate? And the answer is the dorsal sac and ventral sac. So the right and left longitudinal grooves separate the dorsal sac and the ventral sac of the rumen. Question 4. Which sacs of the rumen of the goat does the ruminoreticular groove separate? And the answer is the ruminoreticular groove separates the dorsal sac, which is also known as the cranial sac or the atrium ruminus of the rumen, and the reticulum. So it separates the dorsal sac of the rumen and the reticulum. Question 5. Which sacs of the cow's rumen does the caudal groove separate? And the answer is it separates the caudodorsal blind sac and the caudoventral blind sac. Question 6. Which sacs of the rumen in the cow do the right and left dorsal coronary grooves separate? The answer is they separate the dorsal sac of the rumen and the caudodorsal blind sac. Question 7. Explain what you understand by the bidirectional function of the cow's esophagus. And the answer is this means that the esophagus of the ruminant animal is capable of allowing food to enter the rumen, and also it's capable of regurgitating the food back to the mouth. That is what the bidirectional function of the cow's esophagus means. Question 8. True or false? In the normal cow, the supraomental recess houses or accommodates only the middle part of the jejunum. And the answer is false. The supraomental recess houses the entire intestinal mass, except occasionally the cecum, which may protrude from the recess on the caudal end. And a note on this answer, just to describe what this supraomental recess is. The supraomental recess is formed by the greater omentum, the 2 leaves of the greater omentum. And the greater omentum has caudal attachments to the rumen on the left, and through the duodenum and the mesoduodenum to the dorsal abdominal wall on the right. And between these 2 supports of the omentum forms a sling ventral to the intestinal mass, which is open caudally. So this recess of the peritoneal cavity is what is called the supraomental recess. Question 9. What structure of the goat's stomach is almost completely housed in the omental bursa? And the answer is it is the ventral sac of the rumen. Question 10, which is the final question. Which of the 2 structures of the cow's duodenum, that is the caudoflexia and descending duodenum, is ventral to the other in a live cow? And the answer is it is the descending duodenum.